Yo, what's happening, guys? Another little build update here. This one's for Earth. This is my 2 tray Earth build. What I've been using and messing around with. I've been having a blast with this. I do have a range option as well, which we will just switch out a couple of skills and I'll show you my range option. And then I'll switch to the tank. We'll showcase the tank. The tank's good, dude. I've managed to make Earth amazing. Like Earth is incredible now for tanking. Um, granted it's not gonna be anywhere close to like something like Rage or Atomic or even Fire, but we have so much healing capability now with Earth. It is crazy. So yeah, I look forward to showing you the tank as well. And I do have a battle tank which I will show as well. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into it, shall we? So in terms of my gear, as you can see, gear's not really changed. It's still the same gear what I had on from the last video. The mods are still the same. I've not changed them. As you can see, I've still got healer mods in Type C and D, dude. Do you know what I mean? That's the realism of it. Like that's how much I care about it. Whatever. Do you know what I mean? Realistically though, we are running the Sinestro Corrupted Powering. I'm doing the Omega Totality. We've got the Candle of Neuron, the Quizlet, and a transformation card. Bear in mind my candle is only 163 and my trans is only 191. So we have a couple of arts but aren't 200 yet. And the other ones are 200. So it is what it is. Obviously, Subjugated Blast Elite uplink. Highly recommend using this. If you have it, use it. It is the best one in the game. It has automated system, and it will literally just chase your target around. And you don't have to worry about missing out on an orbital strike. It just hits the target. Obviously, Elite Black Up. We got the Zombie Horde. The only time when I would say change this out for something else is if you're a healer. I would say run the elite ones from the springtime event, as they put down orbs what heal people. You could also run that one as a tank too. It would be pretty beneficial for a tank too. But realistically, other than that, I would say stick to these. The reason why is if they die, they come back alive. So they're very, very good. Um, Super nice. So yeah, that's the artifacts covered. Um, let's go ahead and jump into the ally. So with the allies, we are using Heat Vision Sweep from Superboy. Bear in mind my Superboy is only level 8. Take that into consideration. My Flash is only 7, and Starfire is only 7. But then we're taking Flash, walk it off, and then we take the Tamarian Technique, which gives you the weapon, the might buff, or the weapon buff. Activation. Yeah. We'll go over here as Tinkerbella's over there. But yeah, it's a very, very clean rotation. The loadout feels pretty nice. So it's left to right. Front tray and back tray. It's all left to right. So obviously you have your pet out at all times. And then it's Magma Vortex into Weapon Buff, into Fortify, into Spore Pod, Jackhammer 4 times, Localized Tremor. That'll give you the gold Omega Beam. You hit the gold Omega Beam, that gives you the gold Soul Signature, and then you hit Rebel Crush, Tectonic Break. As you will see right about now. This guy wants to... We'll let this guy finish off first. This is the problem with the game. This is literally why content creators shouldn't be held accountable and hidden behind this third-party program of being on this quote-unquote team of creator program, because it's a fucking joke, dude. In my opinion, I don't want to be signed down or nailed down to a third-party independency. I want to just do it myself and be my independency, right? So like, it's one of them for me. But we'll go over here. It looks like Tinkerbella's on a single target anyway, so that's fine. Let's go ahead and get this guy. But yeah, I really wish that the public test server was public test server, not private test server. Do you know what I mean? And I couldn't state this enough. I'm actually having to dig into my own pocket to do power changes and you know pay real money to do all this for you guys. So you know it just is what it is. But here we go. Let's get it. So you do 1, 2, and 3, 4. You go 1, 2, 3, 4. Grammar. That's a gold beam. It's now gold soul signature. Rubble crush. Weapon attack. Tectonic break. Go through. Weapon attack spore. Back again. As you can see, rinse and repeat, baby. And when I say weapon attack, it's literally a ranged light attack. And you see we did 21 million. That does go up. $23 million. Most I've seen is like 25. 25-ish. 26. Something like that. Yeah, this is 25. It's about 25 on the dummies. But I really feel like the dummies are really inaccurate right now. Because originally we used to do 10-second to 10-second pass, right? 10-second written, 10-second pass intervals. Now the problem is we're doing longer than 10 seconds because it's taking longer than 10 seconds to get through your rotation. And that's the problem. You know, the number goes out when you're still mid-rotation. Go ahead and hit a supercharge on this one. And we go through. Alright, supercharge was activated. Away from that. As you can see here, we did a 26 million. So it's not a bad loadout. It's like the rotation feels good. It feels really solid. I'm liking it. I'm enjoying it. It is what I'm running, and that's all there is to it. Let's go ahead and swap out for like more of a range situation. So obviously you wouldn't have these two. They're kind of irrelevant at that point. If you do have the white lantern, you could use beam. If you don't have the white lantern, that is fine. There is another option, pebble blast. And then obviously if we run upheaval, I can find it. This is a problem as well. This is a bug. It doesn't always show you all your powers. It's kind of annoying. But go ahead and get this. As you can see here, this is more of a range loadout, so you're still potentially the same. It's just that you can be a little bit further back. So you do 1, 2, 3, 4, pebble blast, 1, 2. That should have been a gold beam. Hold on. I'll reset that. We'll try that again. Might be three upheavals on the second one. We do 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Yeah, it is. I did it wrong. And then you have that, and then you can do the same again. 1, 2, 3. And you could actually argue that fact. You don't even need them on the back bar, actually. I would keep Rubble, because Rubble's a good DOT. And I'd actually put on where is it? Sandblast. I'll do Sandblast. What I'll do on the bat bar. Sorry, I forgot to change it. So yeah, so rotation is pretty much the same. So it's 1, 2, and 3, 4. You do 4 upheavals. Pebble Blast. 1, 2. Gold Beam. And then it's rinse and repeat, baby. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pebble Blast. 1, 2. Gold Beam. Gold. Rubble. Sandblast. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 upheavals. Pebble Blast. 2 upheavals. Beam. Thaw. Rubble. Boom. And that's the range loadout. That's what I've been rocking is the range loadout. It's been serving me pretty well. You know, sometimes it's good to be ranged because you're not going to be interrupted as much. So there is that too. So yeah, for the range loadout, Magma Vortex, Reinforced, Fortified, 4-pod, Upheaval, Pebble Blast, which you probably could swap out for something else like Heat Vision if you wanted to do Heat Vision or something like that. You know, you're more than welcome to do so. You know, I don't actually have that lasso, so I can't really say too much on the lasso. You could use shards too. I mean, that could be another good one. What you could use would be shards if you didn't want to use Pebble Blast. I just think out of the two, Pebble Blast probably hits harder. You know, I could actually check this real quick. We won't have that. But if I put on something what also gives me, what, 4% might, is it? 4% might, we can gain that from this. So if I hit shards, we'll see what the shards hit for. But let me get rid of my pet. We're gonna do this again real quick. I'm just gonna see what one's hitting the hardest. You guys are probably gonna moan in the video anyway. I don't care, but reality of it is, it's all for science, man. It's science. We're gonna hit the shard. So the shard is hitting on a single target for 43,914, and Pebble Blast hitting on a single target is hitting for 47. So it does hit a little harder on a single target. But if you're AoE, has a story probably. So if you're AoE with the shards, AoE on the shards hit for 44,000 AoE. And Pebble Blast is just single target. And it still probably outperforms. This is the messed up thing, dude. Yeah, it did 37. Did 37, but only hits one target. So it really comes down to it. If you're using range for AoE, highly recommend using shards. If it's just purely single target, Pebble Blast. Yeah, that would be the go-tos. Get rid of the shard, and then let's put in Upheaval again. But yeah, that's the loadout. So it's Magma, Reinforce, Fortify, 4, Upheaval, Full Blast, single target, Shards, AoE. Okay, Shards, AoE. Okay, and then you have Mega Beams, Soul Signature, Rubble Crush, Sandblast, Entomb, Crystal. Just note when you do the rotation, you do 1 to 4, and then you do 4 upheavals into the Pebble Blast or the Shard, and then you do 2 more upheavals. Okay, and that will get you your gold Omega Beam. That's the rotation. Okay, and then everything else is just rinse and repeat. But yeah, that's that one. Let's go ahead and jump into the tank. Oh yeah, I didn't even show you how it's spec'd. Let me show you that real quick. So people always wonder how I'm spec'd. Iconic powers. I'm just not respec'd in ages. That's why I've got all these. You don't even need all these. You know, just take what you want, obviously. Super speed. These are fundamental. Always make sure that you get these down here. These are situational. I use them just to try. So you could literally just come down here through Vortex Trap and grab these. Okay. Um, Weapons. I'm dual wield, so I got one in dual wield. In terms of stat points, I do super powered. I do critical attack chance, critical attack damage. I then go might and power, and then I go into precision. Okay, that's how I spec. You can put a little bit into health if you want to. I feel like I don't really need it, so I do the precision. And the reason why I do that is when I do my light attacks, my ranged light attacks in between skills, at least they're gonna hit a little bit harder because they're proccing off of the prec. Okay, that's how that works. Let's jump into the tank. This is my main tank. This is the main tank build. As you can see is the gear. You know, as you can see, I've still actually got a couple of pieces of DPS gear on, just because, I don't fucking need the extra dominance, and I actually fucked up and forgot to save my shoulders, so I've actually lost my shoulders now. But as you can see, I do have tank boots, but I just not saved them back in yet. So here's what it is. I mean, I managed with this, you know, not an issue. And I go and tank all the elite. You know, I mean, like it's nothing. So yeah, it's doable. Okay, it's still doable for me and the content what I run with just being like the normal elite and shit. You know, I'm good. I don't really bother with the elite plus. There's not really much point to bother with the elite plus, unless you're a sweaty tryhard. And I mean, if you're a sweaty tryhard, that's your thing, you know. But realistically, for me, I don't see the point of elite plus until it's like 2 DLCs old, and then I'll just go back in and piss it and get all the feats fucking like it's nothing. You know what I mean? So that's just the way I do it. But elite, yeah, I'm always an elite. Without a doubt. You know, day one. So yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, this is the gear. Obviously we are a staff user. Absorption adapter, you know. You got supercharged mass density. As you can see, look, I've still got atomic white mods, bro. That's crazy. All right, we don't even care about that. I don't even care about the white mods, dude. I don't need them. They're pathetic, dude. But let's get into it. We're rambling here. Allies. Allies, we are using Nubia's To Me. So what this does is she comes down, she slams the ground, stuns all the nearby enemies, but she also puts a group heal buff on you and group members will heal for 22% of their maximum health. So that's really, really a nice heal, for me and the group. So it's super nice to have her. You could swap her out for Poison Ivy, providing on what you're doing. If you needed that extra pull, if you're speed running through content, I highly recommend Poison Ivy because you can drop her. She can pull the ads and keep them there for a couple of seconds while they're trying to kill them, while you're running off and grabbing the next bunch. You know, it's super super handy in that respect. So don't sleep on Poison Ivy either. But yeah, we are running Nubia. I have Power of Atom, with Black Adam. This is for the supercharge generator. This just gives me more supercharge. This is fundamental to the build on how I built this build. We really want him, and I've tried Flash too. I did try Flash Walk It Off as well. But I found Black Adam is just significantly better for the build. So yeah, definitely run him. And then we have Inspiring Breakout, which is for Superman, you know, so we get the group shield. In terms of loadouts, though, as you can see, we're doing Earthen Grip, Epicenter, Gemstone Shield. We have the group breakout, so we get the shield for Superman. Plus give everyone all that control immunity and stuff. And then we have Jackhammer. I have Life Shield. This, if you do not have the White Lantern stuff, get rid of that and put Hard Light Shield here. Okay, if you do not have Life Shield for the White Lantern ring, then put Hard Light here. Okay, that would just be my go-to. It is what it is. The reason why I have Life Shield over Hard Light is a 30-second cooldown, where this is an 18-second cooldown, so it's a lot more quicker, a lot more dependent. It's just better. Tray 2, we have Totem. What this does is it calls down a giant gemstone, but it also heals my golem. Okay, so it's going to heal Brick. It's going to keep Brick alive for a very long time. So it's very nice that it heals Brick, and it takes away passive damage from Brick. So it's super, super nice. And then we have Unstoppable, which is our supercharged generator, which I have it here. And the reason why I have it here is because I can clip these two then. And if my Brick does die, I can clip him back into existence. I can clip him both ways this way. Because I can clip him with Supercharge, or I can clip him with Unstoppable. Okay, so this is why it's situated the way it is for me, and this is how I feel comfortable. But yeah, in terms of supercharges, we have Metabolic Boost. Metabolic Boost is a supercharge from Super Speed Tree, and it's really cheap in cost, so it's only 2,500. We then have Ferrofoam Bloom, which is also 2,500. So the difference is this one gives me CC immunity, but it also heals me over time. Okay, where this one gives me a huge burst heal, plus it heals me over time, and it also knocks down enemies and knocks them and stuns them. Right, so that one's handy as well. Dash attack, on the other hand, doesn't heal me, but it will knock back and stun enemies, but it will also allow me to have a shield and CC immunity for a period of about 20 to 30 seconds. So yeah, super, super strong having these three on the bar. That's super nice. In terms of our artifacts, though, we are running Red Tornado. This is just a standard in any tank, I feel. People build tanks differently. I see a lot of people doing Mystic Symbol, Lazarus Pit and all this other fucking shit. Hey, you guys do you. I'm doing me, and this is what I like, and it is what it is. But as you can see, we are running Red Tornado, Circe's Mask, Everyman Prototype. We got Scrap of the Soul Cloak, and we got Iron Gemini. Once this is at 200, I'm going to be able to pop ults back, and I'm just going to be such a fucking tank with Earth. Like I'm going to be keeping up with Rage and them guys, once I've got that to 200, it's got to be keeping up there easy. It's actually fucking incredible how well this performs anyway. So obviously, like your first tree, you're pretty tanky anyway with this first tree anyway. And you got okay healing just because of the group breakout, right? And the problem is with Earth, it's always been like an absorption tank. So it's all about just rotating the two shields. As you can see, this shield still would be active, and this one's back up now, right? We're out of power because obviously it's kind of power hungry jackhammering. But it's a very, very niche build. But now, having these two on the bat bar, it allows us to keep our golem up with still being an absorption tank. Because you used to be able to either be a pet tank or absorption tank, right? Where now we're both. Okay, we're both in one. And then on top of that, we do have this, right? So we're popping our Gemini and we're getting all them lovely heals from Geminis now. And as you can see, I just press one, you know. I can press all three and it doesn't make no odds. You know what I mean? Like the cooldown on them are pretty versatile. And if you spread them out, you know that you can get them heals regardless. It's really solid. I couldn't state any more than what I am on how good Earth is as a tank now. It's incredible. I'm having fun with it as well. It's been really really fun playing it. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much the loadout for the main Earth tank. In terms of how I'm spec'd, because people always want that. Obviously, you get your staff abilities. In my case, I'm staff, so get whatever weapon you are. In terms of this, super speed, you want to go down here for dash attack and metabolic, and then get your resistances. In terms of iconic powers, you want Verifying Bloom. I take Magma Vortex just because I was trying it, but I actually use that on my battle tank anyway. And then Super Strength. So you only need these two. If you don't have the white ring, grab Hard Light Shield too. Okay. In terms of stats though, we are super powered rather than hybrid. I don't like the idea of hybrid. I just think it's just such a fucking waste. Like, yeah, you get 10% might, 5 dominance, Restra, and Bite, but like realistically, you don't need any of them 5%ers. It's just irrelevant. And realistically, you're still getting the 10% might here. So, boom, I just take this. I mean, 25% power regeneration over fucking 5% of each stat. Yeah, I'd rather take that. That's just my opinion. But yeah, we do super powered, critical healing chance, critical healing magnitude, and then I do 100 into Restro, 100 into dominance. Well, I've actually got 146 into dominance, and then I have 300 into health. This is how I expect with my 625 skill points. And it's serving me really well. It's so beneficial. The reason why I wanted to go into a little bit into restoration is just to help with the heals from the Geminis, and just overall help from the healing, from my other abilities and stuff, right? Plus it will help also with the healing, of healing my pet here with the gemstones. So, um, super super handy, super super nice. It just is what it is. Let's go ahead and jump into the battle tank on the other hand. So this one is where it switches up a little bit. Okay, so allies do change. So in terms of allies, I went with Shock Jock, from the House of Legends bot. He does the most single target damage to bosses, so he's very very versatile to use. We only really get him out when we're on a boss fight. That's the only time when we'll use our ally. Okay. In terms of Superboy, we are taking Rebel Rage. What this does is whenever my health is changed 3 times, it grants a stack of might. And it increases our shit. And then I have Superman for Kryptonian channeling. The reason why we take Kryptonian channeling is because we don't want to be interrupted. Our goal is to do damage, as a tank and not be interrupted. So now you're wondering, whoa, what are you doing with Crystal? What I'm doing with Crystal is I'd rather take Crystal over Brick because Crystal does a load of fucking damage. Okay? And I can still keep the aggro very, very much so. So in terms of our gear, as you can see, I've pretty much got all my tank shit other than the DPS. So the gear is still the same. Okay? The artifacts have changed though. So we have a Mega Totality, Red Tornado, Transformation Card, Everyman Prototype, and a Candle of Neuron. This is the go-to for me. Okay? You could get rid of Everyman Prototype if you didn't want to use that. And you could probably run Circe's Mask and still be pretty effective with this. I just think, just to be safe and sorry, because we're already sacrificing a lot of capability for DPS capability, I kind of wanted to keep my defense up higher, so I went with every. Okay, that's just my personal opinion, and that was my preference. So we're gonna go over here and get away from them fucking weirdos. As you can see though, it's literally just straight rotation. So you can do 1, 2, and 3. You know, you can do a couple of jackhammers into a tremor. 4. You got your gold beam. You got your gold thing, and then it's literally just rinse and repeat. You know, you got plenty of chance of getting your aggro. You know, you got essentially 2 poles. I mean, granted, they're kind of close range poles, but you know, if you stay on top of the pole, you know, the ads are going to be on you anyway. On the dummies, it doesn't really do a lot of damage. You know, we did 12 million then on the dummies. As you can see, um, it doesn't do the greatest amount of damage on the dummy. But I tell you what, in a scenario, in a situation, it does more than enough for me to be happy. It does more than enough for me in content scenarios. So that's pretty much the battle tank um, for you guys to. I like it, and that's what really matters because I don't do this for you guys. I do this for me. You know, and the reason why I do the videos is a little bit more selfish, really, because you know, I also do the videos kind of for me too. So, like, if I ever want to go back to a different power, you know, I kind of know roughly what I was using. So, yeah, it is what it is. But I also put them out there for everyone else as well. So, you know, I don't like gatekeeping shit. You know, I'm not a gatekeeper like most people. Most people will gatekeep because they're just weird little individuals. But yeah, epicenter, gemstone shield, magma vortex, low-side tremor, jackhammer, life shield. If you don't have it, use the hard light shield. Um, you know, spore pod, omega beams, soul signature, totem, Subin sands, and crystal. This is probably gonna change though, to be fair, because we're getting the Blue Lantern ring as well next DLC. So which is within like a week, so look like it's like about a week away. So just know, you know, you guys should have enough knowledge to kick back yourselves to figure out what you need to do. You know what I mean? But you know, if you don't, you know, I'll probably end up putting up a video anyway. You know, once I get the Blue Lantern ring myself. So kind of is what it is. But yeah, have a good one. Take care, and I appreciate you all. Have fun. Um, that wise though, before I do go, is super powered critical attack chance, critical attack damage on the battle tank, and then we have 100, 100, 100, and then I put the rest in might and power. The reason why I put 100 into these 3 is it still helps me with healing, it still helps me with my health just overall, and then it still helps me keep that dominance high enough so I can keep the aggro potentially on me even when I'm DPSing. Okay, so yeah, and then we still have enough to do a bit of damage. So that's how we spec. But have a good one, guys. I appreciate you all. All the best. Take care. Bye bye.